Good day, everyone. I am Giselle Caballero, and now I'm going to discuss the mood disorder in Lesson 4. Mood disorder. So, this is characterized by extreme and unwanted disturbance in feeling or mood. So, mood disorder that is extreme or intense and unwanted yung hindi natin gusto na feeling or mood. So this is refers to a major disturbance in one conditions or emotion. So such as depressions and mania. So when we say depression, we know that already that depression is an illness that causes the sad or feeling hopeless most at the time. And mania, this is extreme high, or in Tagalog, this is kahibangan. So, it is otherwise known as affective disorder. So, yung mood disorder, this is affective disorder that relating to a mental conditions in which the disturbance of mood. So there are two types of mood disorder. First is the bipolar disorder. It is formally known as manic depression, yung bipolar disorder. So there are swings in mood from elation, extreme high, ang iyang happiness, and then ma-depress is extreme po ng iyang sadness. Just like the picture, extreme ang iyang happiness, and then extreme po ng iyang sadness with no discernible external cause. So, hindi siya makita yung cause, external cause sa sadness. And there are two phases of bipolar. Manic phase, during this phase, the patient may show the excessive. So, yung patient is excessive yung unwarranted excitement or being inappropriate ang iyang excitement or silliness. Silliness is lack of common sense. Then carrying jokes too far. They may also show poor judgment and recklessness. So, kawalang ingat and maybe may hear argumentative. So, mas siya sa mga arguments because a person, yung patient is being mas siya sa kawalang ingat. And then manic may speak rapidly. So, yung patient is very talkative and then have unrealistic ideas. So, yung mga ideas niya is when you say unrealistic, this is not real or not realistic, and jump from subject to subject. So, if a patient have an idea and then hindi pa natapos yung kanyang idea, speak that idea and then mag-jump naman na po siya o kanang next idea, just like that. And then manic phase also hirap matulog. This is kanang not able to sleep and sit still for very long. So once yung manic phase o yung patient na pinapaupo, dili gid siya mag-long. Dira. And next is the depressive episode. So, depressive episode, ito yung kabaliktaran kung ano yung manic phase. So, the other side of the bipolar coin is the depressive episode. So, bipolar depressed patients often sleep. So, mas yung sleep niya. Kung sa manic phase hirap matulog, ito mas na-over yung tulog. Hindi normal And then more than usual or lethargic. So when we say lethargic, this is a lazy person, just like that, the picture. And then lack of, because the depressive episode, this is lack of energy, lack of interest. And during bipolar depressive episode, the patient may also show irritability and withdrawal. So, once yung patients in approach must feeling irritable and then withdrawal. So, accordingly, depressed person speaks slowly, monotonously, while the manic person speaks rapidly. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, kabaliktaran siya sa ang manic phase into the depressive episode. And then, dramatically, often with many jokes and puns, yung manic phase. And the depressed person, low ang kanyang self-esteem, while the manic person mas inflated self-esteem or feeling energetic. And then, next is the depressive disorder. Depressive disorder is when the person experiences extended, unexplainable period of sadness. So, you're being sad, pero wala nang katapusan yung unexplainable. So, hindi mo alam kung kailan siya matatapos yung sad. The feeling is kanang not natural na you are being sad. Then, there are 3 kinds of depressive disorder. First is the major depressive disorder. So, a person with depressions is in depressed mode for most of the day. Most of the day, this is nearly every day. Every day na lang ang kanyang depressed or lost interest. Every day then yung pleasure in all, yung almost of all activities for a period at least 2 weeks. And then single episode, this is the depressions is like a major depressions, but only in strikes in one dramatic episode. And then recurrent depressions is an extended pattern of depressed episode which include any of the features of major depressive disorder. So recurrent, paulit-ulit yung depressions, and extended yung depressed episodes, and any features sa major depressive disorder. So, mode disorder and criminality. So, based on the research findings, the arrests and incarcerations are potential complications of bipolar disorder. So, which has a higher prevalence, mas makalat siya sa among incarcerated individuals than in the community. And then, early onset of bipolar disorder is associated with juvenile antisocial behavior and greater likelihood of arrest. So, once yung in the bipolar disorder na arrested is more siya sa hospitalization than those who had not, and were not likely to be experiencing manic symptoms. And then bipolar disorder is associated with a heightened risk of suicide. So once have a bipolar disorder, must siya sa risk of suicide compared with the general population. So there are 15-fold increased risk of suicide in men and 20-fold increased risk in women. So mas greater yung women to the risk of suicide. And then similarly, in a single year, approximately 0.017% of the international population died because of the suicide. Where areas for people with bipolar disorder, it was high as of 0.4%. So more controversially, bipolar disorder has been linked with mas aggressive and yung criminal behavior such as yung robbery or assault. So especially pag during manic episode. So mas ano yung manic episode because yung manic episode is argumentative and recklessness. And a systematic review found that people with bipolar disorder were more likely to have committed a violent crime than general populations. So that's all, and thank you.